And a massive privacy debate is brewing in Bengaluru. Bengaluru police want data and details of tenants across the city. A software for residential property owners will mandate landlords to furnish personal details of tenants. Details include identity proof of tenants, highlighting their state and country of origin. Owners have to declare tenants' purpose of stay, their passport details and Aadhaar card as well.
If they are giving or renting out their properties to even outsiders, whether they are foreigners or they are within the country. So now we want to simplify the process. We want to make the process very simple. So we are preparing an app whereby they can register, the house owner can easily register all the details, passport number, etc., etc. And after that app, once they make the entry, that data would be available on Bangalore City Police server. And whenever there would be requirement or whenever there would be a need, we would be able to check them.
Now, clearly, the police claim that this is a much-needed step to clamp down on crime, especially in cases where illegal migrants are involved. Activists claim that it is the state infringing on their right to privacy.
This certainly should have been avoided, and this is something that could have been done more discreetly. It's not necessary to go in your face and make inquiries. If the police wants to detect a crime, there are several other ways of detecting a crime. So this apparently seems to be the wrong way of doing it, and we hope the government sees sense and changes their tack.
The Bangalore City Police Commissioner has clearly clarified that the tenants' details will be collected from everyone. This practice is there from several years, but it was not taken very seriously. This move will certainly benefit the owners who rent out their homes for strangers. Saying it invades the privacy or it may lead to racial profiling is an extreme thought and an unwarranted thought.
Definitely violates the right to privacy, because when you do something, the right to privacy is that all of us have a right to dignity, right? And all of us have a right of autonomy and of freedom, right? And when you collect these details with this particular kind of bent, saying that you might be a criminal and we are going to track you down, that's completely an assault on our freedom, on our liberty, on our dignity. And the privacy judgment, which also says that to collect somebody's details, there must be like a reasonable, it must be reasonable. There must be like a law backing it, right? Here there is no law backing it. It's not for any reasonable demand, and it's completely bizarre that they're doing this.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's take this across to our guest. Joining us, Guru Prakash, national spokesperson of BJP, continues to be with us. With us also is Rishi Wagri, political analyst. We have, of course, Mohammad Altaf, national spokesperson of the JDS, who continues to be with us. But I want to first go across to MC Abbas. MC Abbas, now, there are many states where this is already there in practice, where several housing societies, police themselves come out and say that new tenants coming in, their details must be given. It is something that happens on a routine basis, where the identity of the person who's gaining access to a property is done, and that is also in the interest of the owner, who may not know the antecedents of the person to whom he is renting out the property. Is it really something that should cause so much of concern? It is to prevent any kind of crime from taking place in the future. Isn't that the purpose behind this move?
I honestly don't see a prevention of a crime taking place, because it depends on the intention, on the graft of the respective people coming in to be a tenant. My respective father has been an owner to 10 tenants every year. And mind you, on every agreement letter, there are complete details which have already been taken in. I think we need to understand the activist, Mr. Srinivas, who's a lawyer and an activist. He certainly has a question which he's asking as to there needs to be a reasonable doubt which needs to come place for the respective tenants and the owner to give these details to the respective police station of your city limits. I think on the larger front, I'll tell you why this is happening here. The root cause of all this is the South Member of Parliament, Mr. Tejasvi Surya, who apparently, in his wild, vivid imagination, called Bangalore as a terror hub. Out of what? Because of due to certain Bangladeshi infiltrators or the drug menace. The Bangalore police, I urge our respective police commissioner, Sri Kamal Panji, to deal them, those drug menace, those Bangladeshi ghettos, with iron hands, but not bringing upon the dignity, the freedom, and of course, the right to privacy of every tenant. There is a crime committed, you can hold the owner responsible, you can hold the tenant responsible. But without any doubt, without any reasonable doubt of favor coming across, this is really bringing about a umbrella blanket on all the generalizing factors.
Okay. Let me bring in the BJP on this. Let me get a response from the BJP. Guru Prakash, what really the activist we saw Vinay Srinivasan in fact say a short while earlier is that, giving this huge amount of data about the personal details of a cross section of the society, every tenant will have to do that once this is implemented, will give the police a huge amount of data. There could be profiling, there could be any number of issues related to privacy that could arise if all of that data is given to the police and they become the custodian of that. That's the concern that is being expressed over here. How do you explain that?
Madhav, with respect to right to privacy of our citizens, let me make this very clear, and let me remind my friends on the panel as well that the government has stated in the recent Twitter debate as well with respect to IT rules and regulation that came earlier this year, that we accord the utmost priority and we are committed to the right to privacy of our citizens. So that is the first thing. But we must also understand that this argument or this debate is unnecessary. What Mr. Srinivasan is saying is based on assumptions, and this is a classic case of false equivalences. Police is gathering data for the purpose of safety and security of the citizen, and police gathering data, it being violative of right to privacy, this is something which is purely based on assumption. Let me read a couple of news which has appeared in Bangalore over the last couple of months that has actually made the police to act on these grounds. So there is a news that came in Bangalore Mirror that tenant hits landlady, grandmom, brother burn body in Bidadi. So it's a news from last month. It was published in Bangalore Mirror. Then there is another news that says that around a month ago, there was accusation of physical violence and abuse against a woman, and all of the accused in this case were found to be illegal immigrants from Bangladesh. So it's a very thin line, but what the police is doing, it is their duty, it is their fundamental prerogative to protect the citizens of the city. So I seriously don't see the logic or the sense behind this false equivalence which is being drawn here by our activist friends, Madhav.
All right, Abbas wants to respond to you. Yes, MC Abbas.
A very quick response. It's very interesting to see how my good friend Guru Prakash very nitpickingly, selectively chooses to give about two news. Respected sir, let me also tell you the 99.99% of the residents of Bangalore, the respective owners or tenants, does not need to adhere to these flimsy rules. Also, as a matter of fact, those incidents that you mentioned has happened across the city,
or to dissuade those who might be about to commit such crimes because their data is already there with the authorities. Wouldn't that act as a deterrent, MC Abbas?
But the crime is already committed, sir. So therefore, the police can act only after the crime. But if you want to, I think there are two reasons why which the police has accorded. Correct me if I'm wrong. One is the Bangladeshi infiltration. Second is the drug menace which is coming through. If these two are the reason, I truly believe that whenever any house owner brings in a agreement with its respective tenant, you anyway take the Aadhaar details. You any which ways take confirmed details and also a refer check, a background check from the respective working class or the community.
So you have no faith in the police at all? You believe that all of this data is being collected to exploit people and that this data will be definitely misused? You don't trust the police at all?
10 seconds. No. It's not about that. Police law and order is definitely there for the safeguard of the respective citizens of the state and country. The fact of the matter, The fact of the matter that 99% of the people needs to divulge this is the problem for the 0.1 percentage coming through.
So who decides
There,
which is that
you will feel
1%, sir? It is very difficult to identify that 1%, but I'm going to let Rishi Bagri come in on this. Rishi Bagri, is it really that simple? That because of that 1% of people or less than 1% of people who may actually end up committing the crime, that 99% people's data has to be submitted to the authorities? That's the point on which MC Abbas and the activists have a problem.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No, I just want to make a broader point. I mean, Karnataka police is launching a new portal where the house owners have to submit their tenant detail online compulsory. I mean, earlier the house owner used to go to the police station and give this detail to the police for the verification. Now, that person can simply upload the rent agreement and the identity card of the tenants on the portal, thereby saving the headache of physically going to the nearest police station. And this step is suggested in the recent Model Tenancy Act, Section 4/3, circulated by the Government of India, which was approved by the Cabinet on the 2nd June 2021. Even West Bengal government, which is not a BJP government, is also has implemented it. So one need to remember that there were a series of incidents that happened where the non-documented citizens have become tenants and committed serious crimes like molestation, riots, drug peddling, and indulging in terror modules using those rented premises. It is just a precautionary step for the landowner. And after he or she uploads those documents, they are more or less, indemnified against the crimes committed by their tenants, since they have given all the necessary documents. It also saves them from the harassment when police knock at their door after the tenants commit some serious crime, serious acts. The state government is considering adopting this Center Model Tenancy Act in order to end the relentless tenant-owner disputes and revitalize this rental housing sector, which has been in limbo for last 5 years. Now,
Right.
there are many good things for the tenant as well. Let me tell you this thing. They just have to pay 2 months of rent as a security deposit. Earlier, they have to pay 6 to 11 months. Tenant can sublet the premises with the approval of the house owner. House owner cannot deprive the tenant of any essential services during the tenancy period. Now, this is a win-win situation both for the tenant and the house owner.
Okay.
It will help the unlocking the potential vacant stock and will alleviate the renting hesitancy. There's a
Okay.
vaccine hesitancy. There's also a renting hesitancy with
Let's
the
get a
robust
response.
framework.
There are some very important points that you've raised, Rishi. Let me get in Mohammad Altaf on this. Mohammad Altaf, if this is something that is a much needed reform, and we know that tenancy laws have not been reformed for 2 to 3 decades in most of our big urban metros, because this is something that is controlled by the state governments. If there is a move to actually bring it up to speed with modern requirements of today, the heavy rent that tenants or security deposit that needs to be paid, Bangalore is one of the highest, perhaps the highest in the country on that regard. If all of that is going to come down, it is going to benefit the tenant as well ultimately.
Madhav, see, Bangalore, as I come from Bangalore, and Bangalore is a cosmopolitan city, as you can say metropolitan city also. So across the country and across the world, people for education, for jobs, they come to Bangalore, and they take the premises, the house or flats for rent. And nevertheless, that initially the police verification certificate was submitted to the police station, the nearest police station, respective police station, jurisdiction of police station. Now the police commissioner has come out with the software, a platform where an app has been launched, and submitting the documents on the app. See, it is a digitization world, and it's been getting digitalized. It is a very good move by the police commissioner, but nevertheless, getting the personal details, that is the objection.
Sir,
That is
if
the
one has
objection
to
of
go
the
and physically
personal-
submit it in Bombay, in Delhi, in Noida, where I'm currently sitting at, this is the norm. This is
submitting
what
the
happens.
agreement-
This is what the verification
Sir,
process is.
Madhav,
If that has gone from
submitting the
giving a physical hard copy to putting it online, why is the
No, Madhav, we are losing the plot here.
I'm not objecting on that.
No, Madhav, allow me.
I'm not objecting on that. Submitting
Madhav,
online is a good move.
Let Altaf
The fact
respond.
of the matter, I'll
Let
tell you,
Altaf
the
respond.
fact
One
of the
second.
matter, the fact of the matter, in Mumbai, or I'm not aware of the other cities and states of India. I'm aware of my city of Bangalore and Karnataka. There was no such thing where the owner held all the respective documents, Aadhaar cards with him or her. There was no such thing to go and deposit to the police station
was
of
only the
area city
verification.
limits.
Sir,
Police
if
verification
someone wants to
certificate is
verify,
needed.
if someone wants to verify,
allow me
sir,
to
if
complete
someone
my
wants to
friend.
do a
Police
police verification in his
verification
own interest,
certificate
he should be
was
able to do that.
Yes,
What is the harm?
yes. Only when it came to verification process, only when it came to the passport process, only when it came to a summoning of process, it was given. Otherwise, it was held.
So this
with
is
the
a verification
respective owner.
process. This is a verification process.
Yes, this is a verification process. Why the 99% should suffer giving out their privacy?
What is the suffering,
for the
sir?
1% or less?
What is the suffering over here? If an Aadhaar card is being submitted, what is the suffering? I want to understand what is the suffering here.
Sir, where is the right to dignity here? Where is it's an infiltration to right of privacy here, sir? Why
Sir,
should
if you
those
submit-
people who are not comfortable
Mr.
giving
Abbas,
out
if
their...
you submit your Aadhaar card to the police as a matter of record, they keep your Aadhaar card and your address, your permanent address, maybe your passport or driving license or some other document. How is that the dignity being lowered? I mean, I'm not able to get that particular aspect of your argument.
Sir, I'm merely quoting Mr. Vinay Srinivasan, who's an activist, well-renowned lawyer here in Bangalore, who speaks not just for me, but over 1,000 members who are owners and tenants. If he's brought out his discomfort with this respective feature, so I'm merely being able to bridge the gap and bring out this difficulty or a discomfort to you through the medium.
Okay. Let me just bring in some of the points that have been made by others. I think because this is one point that we've already debated ad nauseum. Guru Prakash, one point that is being made by, spokespersons of the Congress party, Brijesh Kalappa was speaking a short while earlier. He says that this is happening at a time when already a large number of the IT crowd in Bangalore have left the city. And, it would act as a deterrent in them coming back if there are to be such norms that are put in place. That's an objection coming in from the Congress party. How do you respond to that?
No, Mother, for the last 20 minutes, I'm trying to figure out the logical relationship between these two arguments. So I have not understood and I have not gained anything beneficial from the last 20 minutes. Let me make it very clear. Because if police is supposed to be our custodian, police is supposed to save us, and I have quoted news. So the news has come from, so let the people of Bangalore decide on that. If there is any confusion, then we have courts for that. So I seriously don't see anything here. Like I said, it's a classical case of false equivalence. You are raising a question mark on the institutional integrity of the police of Bangalore. So this is beyond my comprehension. Let the police do its own job. They are only requesting you for your Aadhaar card, your details. I don't see anything with respect to dignity or your respect being compromised there. So people of Bangalore can see through it. For them, the safety, security is more important than these debate as far as the people's and their concerns are concerned, Madhav.
I think, Madhav,
Alright,
I can
yes,
take
Abbas.
one line, a dialogue. Certainly. I truly think that Mr. Vinay Srinivasan, and there are many resident welfare associations like the Whitefield Rising, the RWF, Indranagar, Koramangala, many others, if they can come together, if there could be a facilitation of a dialogue between our Honorable Commissioner of Police, Sri Kamal Panji, and the respective RWAs who have a bone of contention to pick, if this bridge can be gapped through and put in under one table and solved, I think nothing like it. I think that is the need of the hour.
All right. Rishi, your response to that. Should there be more outreach on part of the authorities
No,
who are actually implementing this?
I don't agree with this privacy issue. Basically, these are the identity card issued by the government, and you're giving the government authority this identity card back. I don't think where's the privacy issue. The rent agreement, usme kya privacy hai? There's nothing in the privacy in that. You're not giving any pictures. In fact, you post pictures on the Facebook and the Instagram. You give your Aadhaar KYC to the Paytm and Amazon Pay and all those apps. Then there is no breach of privacy. But once you are giving this agreement and identity card to your landowner and that landowner is uploading in an encrypted way in some portal, then it's a breach of privacy. I simply don't understand how the privacy question comes in the play.
Respond to that, MC
The very
Abbas.
fact that your
identity card is being asked for by another wing of the government. How is that a violation of privacy? Is Rishi Bagri is
okay,
asking.
the very fact, be it a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the very fact, like Rishi said, you're putting out your photos, you're giving out your information, that no more remains privacy. So it is upon the respective individual to share the photos or give out the information. Like I said, Madhav Saab, if there is a outreach from the police commissioner with the respective association with the resident welfare,
All
I
right.
think this bridge could
We'll
be
have to leave
taken
it there.
care of.
We'll have to leave it there for the moment. MC Abbas, Guru Prakash, Rishi Bagri, and Mohammad Altaf, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us. Clearly, of course, this is a very interesting question that has come up in Bengaluru. Is it security of citizens versus their privacy? Is that the debate that really we are looking at the moment? What really is the concern that will win as far as the implementation of the new tenancy rules in the city is concerned? And also, tenancy rules, this has implication for all our cities, because clearly these tenancy rules have not been upgraded and keeping with modern times for several decades across different cities of India. For the moment, we're going to leave it there. Thanks so much for joining us.